So this video is about the gas explosion that took place in New York City in 2015, in which 2 people were killed, 19 people were hurt, and 3 buildings got destroyed. And this was all the result of a homeowner getting together with a licensed plumber, with a contractor. Con Edison, which is the utility here in New York City, went in, shut the gas to the building off because there was some stuff going on, and they said it had to be corrected. After they left, the plumber came in with the contractor. They jumped out the gas meters, turned the gas back on to supply gas to the apartments up above. As a result, there was an explosion, and the rest is kind of history. So what I did is I prepared a little screencast for you so I don't have to, give you this long drawn out explanation and make this video so long that you guys will tune out. So check out the screencast. I left links to each one of the articles in the description down below this video so you can go in there and read them at your own leisure. And then we'll come back. I'll give you my opinion on what's going to be, your gas piping systems in every single dwelling in New York City, with the exception of 1 and 2 family homes, are going to have to be inspected every 4 years. And there's no way of getting around it. And if you don't have these inspections performed, there's going to be a $10,000 fine. So if that's a shock to you, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. And go check out the screencasts, come back, and we will talk about what's to be in the future here in New York City in terms of your gas pipes. All right, so as we can see here in 2015, the East Village gas explosion, this was the prerequisite for Local Law 152 of 2016. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll leave links to all these articles down below so you can read it at your own pace. Essentially, on March 26th of 2015, there was an explosion in the city. 2 people died, 19 people were injured, and 3 buildings collapsed as a result of some fugazi plumbing, which were the result of a homeowner, a licensed plumber, a contractor, who all got together and decided they were going to jump out a gas meter to supply gas to the apartments above a ground floor restaurant. And the result was an explosion. And if we go down here to indictments and arrest, on November 14, 2019, gives you all the information about the owner, the plumber, the contractor. They were all found guilty in State Supreme Court of manslaughter and other charges. And actually, the son of the homeowner subsequently died before he got a chance to go to trial. But his mom and the other people involved are currently serving jail time. Now, let me quickly go over here to Local Law 152. This gives you a little background. This is actually from the DOB's website. And Local Law 152 is going to require all buildings except for 1 and 2 family homes. 1 and 2 family homes are exempt from this, but it's going to require all buildings to have their gas pipes inspected once every 4 years. In my case, I'm in Community Board 10 here. So the deadline was January 1st, 2020, but COVID hit us and they extended that to June 30th. I actually had my inspection done April 29th of 2021. And I did upload my completed report to the Building Department's portal. And again, I'm not going to read all this, but just follow me here. Failure to file an inspection certification before the applicable date will result in a civil penalty of $10,000. Man, the city is going to make a boatload of money for all the people who don't have this inspection performed. Let me go over here. Here is another information piece, which again, I'll leave the links down below and you can go check them out. And it gives you all the information about the due dates, the community boards, and what the cutoffs are. I left this article here too to show you what the qualifications are, what the plumber has to be, what credentials he has to hold, how he and his employees have to be qualified, and what they have to do to get qualified in order to do the work. Otherwise, Con Edison and National Grid are not going to allow you to work on the gas piping system. I mean, I have a card, a gas qualified card that has to be scanned. I have a scan code on it. I have to register with the utility. And so if there's ever a violation with a gas line, they look up your name. And if you don't hold this card and you're not qualified, you are not going to be able to do the work. And if you do the work and get caught, you're going to be in big trouble, essentially. And finally here, local law 152, there were some updates here. And they did extend the deadline. So in Community Board 1, 3, and 10, the deadline was December 31st, 2020, or January 1st of 2021. They extended it to June 30th of 2021. And again, I did my inspection on the 29th. I had mine done by a colleague, another licensed master plumber. And yeah, so let's jump back. I'll jump back to my desk. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions about what's going to go on with this craziness, and how a lot of plumbers stand to make a lot of money. And unfortunately, there are some not so honest plumbers out there that are probably going to make a killing doing this, and they're probably going to be making repairs that maybe don't have to be made. On the other hand, if you're a guy who thinks you're just going to write this report and skate some of the stuff through, if you get caught, you're going to be in big trouble. I'll see you back at the desk. So now that you have a little better understanding of what's going on, let me give you my thoughts and opinions. Now, I had my inspection done April 29th by a colleague, licensed master plumber, gas qualified. He came in, did the inspection. I passed. I uploaded the form he emailed to me to the DOB portal, so I'm pretty much set for the next 4 years. But essentially, they're going to come in with a gas sniffing device, which is going to be looking for leaks, active leaks. Now, if they find small leaks, you're going to be required to make those repairs right on the spot without interruption in your gas service, although that's going to be subject to the guy doing the inspection. If it's a substantial leak, I can tell you right now that the licensed master plumber is required to call the utility. They are required to come down and shut your gas off. They will shut you right on the spot. It doesn't make a difference if it's in the middle of the winter. If you have elderly people, if you have a substantial gas leak, they're going to shut you off right then and there, and you're going to be required to make the repairs. And I know a lot of people are going to look to skate around this, but that's just not going to happen. So in addition to active gas leaks, they're looking for AOCs, abnormal operating conditions. What is this? For instance, gas pipe hung up with strap iron, not properly supported. Gas pipe where people have things hanging off. I've gone into people's homes and they have literally luggage and all kinds of other garbage hanging off of gas lines. They're going to be looking for illegal fittings or fittings that are not approved, not up-to-date code approved. You're going to have to change them. They're going to be looking for abnormally corroded pipe. If it's abnormally corroded, they have like levels 0 to 5. And depending upon the level of corrosion, you may or may not have to immediately make that correction. You may have to make it down the line, but they're going to document that. Now, when they go back with their gas sniffing device to their offices, they're going to put that in a portal, and the portal's going to note the block and lot number. And if you decide not to get these repairs done, they're going to know. So don't think you're going to tell the plumber, don't do the repairs, and then go out and get your brother-in-law to come in and make the repairs that the plumber noted, because unless they were performed by a gas-qualified plumber, it ain't going to fly. That's just the way it is. They pretty much are trying to make this thing airtight. At the moment, there's some little loopholes in it, but this is what's coming down the pike. This is in New York City. This is the way we have to live here, and this is all because of unscrupulous landlords, plumbers, etc. Now, I can tell you this: there are a lot of honest plumbers out there, more honest licensed contractors than not honest. And they're going to come in, they're going to do the inspection, they're going to do the right thing, and they're going to tell you what's right, what's wrong, and you should go through this as painlessly as possible. But on the other hand, there are a lot of bad guys out there. And what I mean by bad guys is they're going to come in and they're going to say you have things that are wrong that may not necessarily be wrong, and they're going to require you to make these repairs. A word of caution, if you have any doubt as to what they're telling you, give them their working papers. And if it costs you a little money, no problem. Because I've heard stories of plumbers out there that are making a ton of money doing things that basically necessarily don't need to be done. But it's just my opinion. Now, personally, I'm not performing these inspections. A couple of reasons. I don't have the manpower. So in as much as I am gas qualified and I can go in and do these inspections, I just don't have the manpower to do them. And like I said, at 70 years old, I'm at the twilight of my career. I'd much rather just go in and do small little service and repair work, do my work, get paid, and get out. I don't want the responsibility of having my name on somebody's building that's could potentially come back to bite me in the future. So, guys, that's it. Local Law 152 of 2016 is here. Why is it here? Go back and look at that Wikipedia article about that explosion that took place in 2015. That is the reason that this law has come into effect. Although the fugazi practices that have caused this to come into effect have been going on way before 2015. I can tell you stories about what went on during my career, at the height of my career from 1978. But unfortunately, in this case, people got killed. So guys, that's it. Local Law 152. Look at all the links down below. You know, absorb this material. If you qualify, if you have anything other than a 1 and 2 family home, you're going to require to have this inspection done every 4 years. Guys, I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. I always appreciate you coming by. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell, but more importantly, hit that like button, because if you don't hit that like button, YouTube is going to show this video to nobody. Keep an eye out for a couple of videos that are going to pop up here to your right. One of them I chose, one of them YouTube thought you might like to see. I look forward to seeing all of you in my next video. Glad to be back, and I will wish you, as always, happy plumbing.